Yes, I just got up. Shush. So, I'm not gonna do the there and back on a live stream because there and back is one of those that I need 100% concentration, and unfortunately, and I'm not blaming you guys for anything or anything like that, I can't do that when I'm trying to watch the chat and the chat is coming down. So let me see if there is somewhere that I can put the chat, maybe to where it's not going to be in the way. Today you will be bringing some tank wagons to the Timical plant. Their shunter isn't available, so we'll need to. Okay. Oh yeah. So by the way, we're pulling an engine as well. Look at that. We got a little engine. All right, reverser. Put it in forward. Braking to running. All right. Wait for the brakes to release. Where are we going? I wonder. I gotta be careful because I do have a place to stop at, so. Alright, cool, we got the clear. So what's our job here today? Stop, shut down, uncouple, take a seat, turn on the locomotive. That's basically what all that is. Stop at that location, uncouple the cars. Head shunting, siding, couple to formation. Okay, so we're just basically doing a buttload of shunting. Is what it looks like. Request access to couple trains, couple, and then stop at that location. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get to do some shunting today, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna kind of experiment a little right fast with the stream though, because alright, if one of y'all don't mind, just say something stupid like hi or cheeseburger or something. Okay, I see where the little tag is. I just need to know like if it's gonna get in the way of everything. Because if not, I might leave it there and just leave it where it's at. I think it's okay where it's at, because now I can actually see everything. But I could, in theory, move it to the other side. We could go center left, and then there's nothing on that side that I really need to pay attention to. So we could put it there and it would be fine. So today, we're hauling some chemical tankers, I'm assuming. They just call them chemicals. You know, they could be hauling oil, fuel, whatever. I didn't know that about the shunter thing. Now that I do, I'll keep it under 75. It's easy enough, right? I might just set the speed up. Yeah, let that little thing go. Oh, I'm breaking something. Let me see if this thing has the fancy... It does. Alright, turn that on. Put it at 65. Let me see if I can put it at 70. I think I need to set it up a different way. I can't remember how to do it when you're moving. Oops. I'm so busy. No, that's my fault because I wasn't paying attention. But here's what we're going to do. Since I've moved the chat, the Type 40 or the Class 43, hold on. I can probably go and just show you the trains I have. The Class 43. I don't even think I have the Class 43. Like, I'm planning on this week coming getting some of the DLCs. Let me see. I'll show you the DLCs that we're planning on getting. That is if the store loads. There it goes. Okay. I gotta go through the list that I made because the guys helped me. Alright, so let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to find the one that they wanted me to be tortured with. I think I'm looking in the wrong place for it, but I'm gonna try and find it. They called it the West Somerset Railway. So there's that. Oh, wait, hold on. There is a search bar. Yeah, that one. They're getting me to do that one. And then they had me get a locomotive that they wanted, which was the GWR HST Farwell Pack. Well, then y'all need to learn how to spell, Chris. Sorry, I shouldn't yell at Chris. He's my friend. Yeah, that one. And then the BR Heavy Freight Pack, which was the one that I wanted, which is this one. And that's what I'm getting this coming week. And then I have like a massive... Somehow, the second list we made ended up being filled with more stuff that I can get than the first one we made. But, you know, there's always that one thing, right? Alright, I am going to try to do this one. So wish me luck. This one takes forever, so... But yeah, this is the train we're pulling today. So from what I remember of the mission that I have to do, it's pretty simple. I have to go one way. I'll just show you guys. So I have to... No, see, I prefer being able to buy the routes, because if you don't buy the routes, what's the use in buying the trains that operate them? Then you're just going to be running a weird train that's not supposed to be in a place, you know? Put that in forward, set brake key to on. Reduced headlights, okay. And open the doors. Alright, cool. No, Chris, there is a game, I don't remember what the train game's called. I'm not even joking with you. There's a mobile train game that I used to play like crazy. They'd have all these different routes, and it's a free game, so if you want to check it out, it's completely free. And in the game, you could get all these different locomotives, but you could change the cargo that it's hauling. So you could get like one of the British tube trains, and you could put like American cargo behind it, and it looked so goofy. One of the goofiest looking... It was oddly fun, though. It was one of those games where it was enjoyable to play it. Move it to notch 6 to get moving pretty fast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. It's a fun game. I love it. I haven't played it in forever because they kind of stopped updating it, but... I mean, it was fun. There was one map that I enjoyed probably more than all the other ones. It was like a small little map, but it was like a cargo port. And they had this siding with these freight cars. They had these freight cars. And you could go in, you could uncouple your train from the cars you were already carrying. Yeah. And you could like grab these cars that were freight cars, hook them up and then take them and hook them to the back of your train with no problem. My arm's being weird today. You ever had like a muscle spasm or whatever in your arm before? But it's like it's not affecting you, it's just making your arm just kind of like bounce a little. That's what's happening right now with me. My arm is muscle spasming. Alright, I gotta wait for the green light. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about we're not gonna worry about how fast we get there or anything. We're just gonna worry about getting there. I did end up ending the stream. Honestly though, like let's be honest for a second. Does anyone here actually think that like using airplanes to transport anything in the UK is actually smart? Like with as small of a country as like Britain alone is, and all the other countries, the UK is arguably, and I'm not just talking like Britain, I'm talking like Germany, France, and all those other countries. Does anyone actually think that it is smart to use an airplane in those areas? Like, you can get a train and it can transport stuff way faster than an airplane can. The only reason that I find it interesting that America uses airplanes is because America's huge. I mean, if let's say, alright, I'm on the East Coast and I order something, and it's coming from like California. That is like the only time where I'm like, I want a speedy delivery. Get it here. Get it here before, whatever. I mean, that's not saying that trains can't have delays, because Lord, trains do. But I hate the fact that America kind of phased out the idea of trains. Like now, most of our stuff comes in through airplane. And if it's not airplane, it's big rig, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on big rig drivers. My dad was one for the longest time. And his job was made hard by everybody, including cops and idiots and cars and things like that. But yeah, I feel like the ice units are really good, but I feel like the reason Amtrak chose the units that they chose is because they work a little bit better for the rails that they have. Like, I find it interesting that apparently America uses some of the German locomotives. I didn't know that. No, it would be kind of comical if instead of using Amtrak, we kept the ICE logo and just had that train go around the country. I think that would be comical for some reason. I'm a Especially with what's going on here in America now, that would be the most comical thing to watch. You would see so many people scrambling to get out of train stations, and you'd know exactly who to catch. No, I think the weirdest thing that I've ever seen, and I've seen it before, one of the things that I find that's always been interesting to me is, how do I say this? I see all the time how, like, American trains will, like, have different cars on them and stuff. Like, alright, so, like, freight trains go through my town like crazy. So I'll be like, alright, so this is a Norfolk Southern line. I'll see Canadian National stuff, CSX stuff. I've even seen a few Union Pacific cars come through. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's not supposed to happen. No, it actually is something normal. It's the same with big rig trailers. You know, it's just there when they load it up. You know, it's just there. That's what they use. Like, a lot of people don't really realize how big rig trailers work. You know, a lot of people think that every truck driver owns their own trailer. It's actually not how that works. Every company has, like, different trailers registered in different states. And whenever a truck driver drops that trailer off, it just stays there until it gets loaded again. So, like, where I live at, you'll see, like, freaking... And I'm not joking with this either. You will see in my state, I'll see, like, I've seen Texas license plates on trailers before, Louisiana, Mississippi. I've seen every... I could probably say I've probably seen about every truck trailer, or every state in a on a truck trailer, but I can't confirm. And train cars are the same way. But I think the weirdest thing for people is seeing things like the I think, honestly, one thing I'd like to see in more train sims ever, like, honestly, if I'm being honest, like, I've played most of the train games that are, like, based on places. I mean, I played Railroader, I played Railroads Online, I've played I've played Derail Valley, and I'm playing this. But one of the things that I'm noticing is there's not that many train games out there that really focus on, like, American train routes. Like, this game has a few, but not that many. And I get it, you know, American train routes are kind of just straightforward and there's nothing to really do compared to, like, the complexity of German train routes, for instance. We're using Germany here as an example. But still, I mean, come on. You know, this is the one thing that I can say that I actually hate about this particular thing. It's like I have all these different stops, and I think when I get done, I have to go all the way back. I do, don't I? Hold on, let me look. Alright, so the last one I do is Coswig. No. Yeah, you literally go back to the ones you've already done. Damn. Well, it shouldn't be that hard with the locomotive I'll be using, so it won't be that bad. Like, honestly, looking at it, it's not even really that bad anyway. It's just it takes time. But yeah, Train Sim World, when it comes to operating the train and passenger operations, I think Train Sim World honestly takes the cake when it comes to that kind of stuff, because they just do it better. I mean, yeah, the AI aren't exactly modeled right, and the AI don't do what real people would do sometimes. But, like, Train Sim World, by far, is the better passenger train simulator. Like, I mean, yeah, they have a few freight lines and stuff that they do, but for the most part, they're a passenger train game. But I'll tell you something. I think me and Chris talked about it, or me and Oven One talked about it not too long ago. And we were talking about how, like, one thing we would like to see is a lot of like museum railway routes. And there's one in North Carolina that apparently takes like, if I remember correctly, it takes like 7 hours to finish. Like, it's a 7-hour route. It's like just a straight shot type of route. I would love to see something like that in here. Like, basically, it's just a scenery type train, you know? But stuff like that would be really good in here. And see, there's some train rides on the West Coast that are like that too. Like, you know, it's like a ride that you take, and it's like really, like, I would like to do routes like that in the game, where like basically your only job is to just drive the freaking train to a designated spot and just deal with it, you know? I think there's a lot more potential to this game that I would really like to see them really do. I mean, I get it, you know. I think about, I don't know about every year. I don't know about every year they release a new game, but like every once in a while, they're kind of like, they honestly remind me a lot of like Farming Sim. Only Farming Sim actually does come out with a game at like every year. But you know, I think it would be really, really cool if instead of them constantly making a new game constantly, how about work on the DLCs that you have in the ones, like if you want to implement a new feature, just add it into the new game. But that's one of the things that kind of irritates me a little bit is like, you know, I don't remember, I think I had like the Train Sim World Collector's Edition or something like that. That was the one I played. It had like the CSX routes. I think it had one of the German like ice things, and then it had a British, I think Subway Surface or Subway Service was like the 3 ones that you could get with the game. And it was cool, don't get me wrong, I loved it, it was enjoyable, you know, it was a fun game, but the thing that kind of irritated me with it was the fact that, like, yeah, that one. Yeah, and then I get this game, and it's like, it's got the same stuff, the controls are no different, and it's like, yeah, we've updated the game, we've added more stuff, and I'm just going through it, I'm like, no, you really haven't, like, the controls are the same as they were on that game, and that was on PS4. Alright, how many more stations do we have to stop at? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 5 more stations, and then we got to turn around. How many stations do we have altogether? Hold on. We'll go down to the bottom one. Alright, so we got the one station that we're at. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 12 stations altogether that we have to stop at. This must be like what they call a, what is it, a commuter train? Rather than one of those ones that just stops at only certain stops. I don't think I could do something like this on a day-to-day basis. Like, I don't think I could do a subway train. I really don't. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that other thing. Like, for me, freight is going to be my thing 100% when I do become a train engineer. And it's nothing against like passenger stuff, which I could probably do, like what I was talking about with, like, you know, one station then another, like if it's like miles down the road. I don't think adding anything from like a different country would really gain passenger locomotive or gain passengers. That was one of the reasons why trains really stopped being a thing here in America. Is because of the it wasn't because of the fact that, like, you know, trains stopped being usable. It's just because of the fact that the airplane came into existence and it was much faster to ride a passenger jet than it was to ride a passenger train. Like, that's never gonna change, unfortunately, in America. Now, don't get me wrong, I think that every state should have the ability to have a train route that goes to every other state, like right next to them. So, like, all right, hear me out. Like, you know, let's say North Carolina, we have a, I don't remember what all's around them, but like a route that goes to this place, a route that goes to that place, Pennsylvania and stuff like that. You know, having routes like that would be smarter because then you could just hop on a train and go from one state to the other. You wouldn't. And the best part is I think train tickets are actually less expensive than plane tickets. So if they made those train routes, you know, people would pay a hell of a lot less to get on an airplane. Or a hell of a lot less to get on a train than they would an airplane, you know. And I think that's something that, you know, railroads should really look into. I really do. And I think honestly, like all the freight companies that we have is like really stupid. Is like, I find it interesting that we have more freight services than we do passenger train. Like, you know, I remember reading where like, New York Central, I think that was what they called the Pennsylvania, used to have its own like passenger train service. All these different states had their own like passenger train services, but nobody used, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that everybody has a car now. And in the city, you don't need a car. So like, you know, it becomes one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can blame a buttload of things, but honestly, it's just because the fact people will choose the thing that's faster. It's faster to get in your car and drive somewhere here than it is to go to a train station, hop in, and take a train there. Or if you're going to another state, it's faster to drive your car to an airport, park your car, go and get on the airplane and go to that other state than it is to drive there. Now, me personally, I'm not getting in an airplane. The only airplanes you'd ever get me into is a C-47 or B-17, and that's it. You ain't getting me in nothing else. You know, and it's kind of the same way with boats too. Like, people will take an airplane to go to a different country. Me, I'm getting on the damn Queen Elizabeth II or whatever the hell it is, Queen Mary II, whichever one's still the ocean liner that sails the seas now. My ass is getting on that before I'll get on a damn airplane, you know? I trust that damn thing more than I do. I trust drowning than I do falling out of the air and dying on impact, you know? But funny enough, you won't get me on a cruise ship. You will not get me on a cruise ship. And there's a reason behind it, and I think a lot of people think it's stupid, my reasoning. But I've been a big fan of like vessels and stuff, and I always look at like the designs of vessels. And the one thing that irritates me about cruise ships is there is far more hull above the water than there is below the water, and that just irritates me. Because if you scrape, you're not doing a Titanic. You know, if you scrape the bottom of the hull, you're not pulling a Titanic. No, you're pulling a Poseidon. You're flipping over. You're dying. You're not surviving. I don't want that. I don't want to be trapped in an upside down cruise ship because somebody didn't know how to drive, you know. I just don't trust those things. And I mean, my mom took a cruise not too long ago. I think it was like 1 or 2 years ago now. No, this March made it a year, because she did it in March, and she went on a cruise ship, and she told me this, they literally diverted their course to avoid a storm. Why would you divert a storm other than, like, obviously passenger comfortability or making the passengers comfortable? Why would you divert a storm other than that if your vessel was completely capable of going through it? And then here's another question for you guys. Cargo ships have way deeper hulls than cruise ships do. Way deeper. And they go through storms, and they go through all kind of crap. All the time. I just think trains would be a more viable option. It would be interesting to see somebody design a I think it'd be interesting to see somebody design a way that a train could somehow go from America to, like, Britain or something through the ocean. That would be an interesting thing. I've never been somebody that likes the idea of chasing a storm. How many cars we got on this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, literally, that is what a storm chaser is they chase tornadoes down. Why are you... My question is, and I think, honestly, the movie Twister summed it up the best. When everybody else is running away from it, you're running towards it. That is not the life for me, I'm sorry. I'm not running towards something that can lift my car up and dump me out of it if it's pissed off enough, so to say. But that's just me. The only way I foresee storm chasing ever being safe is if somehow they make a car that has enough armor and weight on it that it literally can't be lifted off the ground. Like, ever. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the idea of that kind of stuff. That's just me. Gotta start slowing her down because they putting it down to 60 up here. All right, well we're gonna walk to the edge of the train with this probably. I think this was the last. Yeah, I gotta do all the loading the passengers and stuff. Nice work. Whilst the passengers are disembarking, shut down this cab and prepare the rear locomotive for the return journey. Okay. It's easy enough. Put the brake to full service. Okay. Signal lights to normal. Okay. Brake key to off. And reverser to off. And go to the other driver's seat. Okay, cool. Hello, ma'am. Alright. Alright. Reverser. Alright. Headlight to white. Headlight on. Headlight to white. Alright. Set the brake key to on. And lock the doors. Alright. A report has come in that our near Dresden has resulted in traffic being congested. Ensure that you're keeping a careful watch for the upcoming symbol changes as you approach the dress. Okay, cool. So that was the warning that I somehow missed out on the other day. Alright, put it to running. Okay. Okay, what did I do wrong? Okay. Dude, I've done everything right. I'm not even joking. Brake key on. Oh! No, that ain't it. Hold on. Fucking damn train. My TV did the weird thing again. Hold on. The TV's been doing that a lot lately. Okay. Brake key on. Running. Okay. That's on. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. Because there's nothing in there. It's just like literally forgetting how to work. I have every brake off. What's the issue? Are the doors open somewhere? No. Close the doors again. There it goes. Oh, what the hell? Fucking malfunction looking jackass. Yeah, see, Paula, you remember last night where we were talking about the one, or the cruise control? Yeah, this one's the one that has it. Now I'm late as hell because the damn train wouldn't move. Which I don't really care because, hello A10, I'm trying to be as careful about this as I can. Put it down to about 50 kilometers an hour and let her kind of coast for a bit. Yay, I did something. I actually stopped it at a decent spot too. Locking the doors. Put it at like, we'll do 60 kilometers. I think that's fast enough. I think somewhere up here was where I messed up last time. Because there was apparently a red signal that I wasn't paying attention to, and I didn't stop. And apparently it got me flagged. Start kicking the thing down a little bit so that when we come in it'll just kind of slow to a stop. I'm already coming in way too slow, but oh well, who cares, right? Gotta wait for the doors to lock. Now we can get moving. Now, they said something about Dresden, so... Oh, okay, so it's not this stop, not the next stop, but the stop after that I effed up on. Okay. Cool. So I just gotta be careful there. Okay, well... Hello, Anonymous. Alright, we're now getting into that area where I gotta start slowing down. There isn't like particular maps. This is just German trains, bro. Oi. Alright, lock the doors. You never know, A10. He might be waiting for the opportune moment to kill you. Who knows? Nobody knows Kale. Kale is unpredictable. So I think it's after either this stop or the next stop, I have to wait. And then we got how many stops after this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got 7 stops. Put the the danger, yeah. Put the danger noodle away. Yeah, that's what people call snakes. Danger noodles. Hot potato. Alright, I gotta be careful because I don't know if it's this one or the next one where they decide to yeet me out of existence. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to have me go like some weird long way or something in order to get where I'm going. Potato, I haven't been looking at anything to do with that stuff. When it comes out, I'm sure I'll know, because somebody will tell me. Y'all just gonna have to like let me know when that stuff comes out, cause I'm being honest, I'm trying to get away from playing War Thunder all the time, cause I'm getting bored again, and when I get bored, it tends to be annoying. Alright, I gotta be careful, cause these signals like to confuse people. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Like, I've been pretty good about getting the event vehicles. I'm gonna start probably every time they release an event vehicle. I'm just gonna get it even if I want it or not, just so that I can say that I have it. Because like once those event vehicles go away, you can't get them again. It's just one of those things that, you know, if you don't get it when it's out, you're not gonna get it at all. I have the one in the research tree. I don't have the other one. I'm gonna get it right before it goes away, though. That's the plan, is to get it the day before it goes away. Or something. Something along those lines. Alright. Man, I'm tired. No, because I got plans I want to try and keep to when it comes to this stuff, so. Okay. There's no signal indicating anything. If they fail me when there's no signal, I'm gonna get pissed. Oh, ensure you're keeping careful watch for upcoming signal changes as you approach that. Okay. Okay, so I don't think it's actually that one. I think it's like one of the ones before. Well, we're still going to drive very cautiously and try and be careful so that hopefully I don't get screwed over again. Alright, we gotta start slowing her down. How many more stops do we have? Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more stops. Okay, cool. Feels like a lot more than what we were dealing with earlier. Yeah, I like, don't get me wrong, War Thunder is a good game and I enjoy it, but it's just not one of those games that I can physically keep myself playing constantly. Like, it's not that I'm burnt out on the game, so to say. It's just that when you play it constantly like I do, it does tend to get, well, boring. Like, you see the same old stuff happening constantly. So it becomes one of those things where you're like, okay, I gotta do something different, which is why I bought this. I wasn't planning on getting this, but the more I thought about it, because me and Oven had talked about it, and I was like, you know what, just for schnarts and giggles, I think I'm gonna get it. And I ended up getting it, and I've loved it so far. I mean, this mission here that I'm on now, this will make my third try, so I had to go slow, so I'm gonna put it at 40 and just let her kind of slowly make it. Because it's talking about proceed with caution, so it is. War Thunder is one of those games that it's fun until you start running into those certain people that try way too hard on stuff. Oh, I got the LOSAT out of one of the chests not too long ago. I don't use it though. It was one of the gambling chests, and I just kept getting it and getting it and getting it until I finally got something, so I don't want to fly by this darn thing, so I'm gonna kind of keep it at 40 and just keep her chill as much as I can. Yeah, see, this is where I screwed up last time, was right here. Because, I flew through all the things and I didn't stop at this one like I was supposed to. And wait like I was supposed to, and it screwed me over. Because I ended up having... So, the way that this game works is it doesn't save every time you do a stop. You're just supposed to stop and not screw up, or it'll reset your entire it'll reset your entire playthrough, so you have to be really careful. Alright, I gotta sit here and wait, so we'll sit here and wait. What are we waiting on exactly? Alright, lock the doors. Now what? Alright, well, I can't move until they change that signal, so... I'm assuming that there's a reason why I don't have a green light. So I'm just gonna sit here until they give me the green light. It might have something to do with a train getting on my line. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it was. There's a train getting on my line, and they don't want me slamming into it. So we're just going to keep sitting here until they decide to give me either a yellow or a green. This would be like one of those times where like it would be cool if they did like an intercom thing where you could be like, ladies and gentlemen, this is your engineer speaking. In case of emergency, please fasten your seatbelts because this is going to be the bumpiest ride you've ever taken. No, we need Chris back in here to do the funny, because he was doing like all these funny like warnings for the passengers the other day, and it made me die laughing. Denied. We've been sitting here forever now, dude. I need to go. My passengers are going to get impatient. All right. I'm going to take it slow. Funny enough, I get the feeling they're just going to make me stop and wait for every time that passenger train needs to do whatever. It says that they're doing work on the bridge, but I don't see any work being done on the bridge like at all. Unless they just have the signals and everything diverted. To where they'll take this route as well. This is what stop on the list. Okay, this is stop number 4. So we only have 3 more stops, and if we play it safe, we'll be okay. And we can complete this mission, and we don't have to deal with it anymore. Funny enough, I got a yellow light and then an immediate red light, so I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to stop at with that. Just let this thing gradually slow itself down. We are literally 10 minutes late because of that. Alright, I gotta be careful because, like I said, I got that, okay, I got a full green light. Okay, cool. Works for me. I guess that locomotive must have got off my track, if I had to guess. I'm still gonna put it at like 50 and not go any faster than that. I don't want to hit something I'm gonna regret, you know? It looks like I might have the green there. Nope, I got a red light. Alright, cool. I was about to say it looks like I might have a green light the rest of the way, but no, they got a red light up here, so. Where's all my people that normally talk? Y'all are being completely silent and it's driving me nuts. Chris is silent. Oven isn't even here. I don't know why. It's none of my business. And everybody else that was here is just dead, I guess. God, I've been at this for like almost an hour just trying to complete this one mission. Yeah, pollen. I'm bald. They made me bald. I'm assuming the green flashy means caution. I'm balding. Oh, Lord. Hey. I'll be right back. I gotta go check on something. Oh, now Oven shows up. I ought to slap him. Oh. Come here, Oven. It's time to get slapped. I'm gonna try and get this done before I have to go get my brother changed, but if I don't, you guys will just have to wait. Hey, can I get a Happy Meal? What?
My name is Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobot seeking refuge at a Motel 6 because gas prices are high.
No, there's like mad business potential here.
Are you listening to me, Mr. White? We could be like Gary V, bitch.
Smoking. Hey. It's party
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? This mission is... Oh, my toe! Why do I always bang my toe against the one freaking thing that I... I'm okay. Oh, that's an interesting way to do it, but okay. Alright, guys, well, we did it. Unless I managed to fail stopping.
I'm Thor, the god of thunder. Another! Loki, you really are the worst, brother.
Alright, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys. I'm gonna save this chemical plant mission for when I stream this later. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna probably go play like some War Thunder or something like that. I don't know. And yeah. So, I hope everybody has a lovely day. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs. Y'all have a good one.